All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about how to handle a losing streak, and personally what I've done, in the past, because I've handled lost streaks many times. It really sucks, but I'm just going to explain everything about it and how you can, I guess, just get better mentally when you're trying to avoid them and stuff. So if you trade, you already know the feeling, right? You might be down a few grand, or might be down tens of thousands if you're on trading on multiple funded accounts, and it's your brain screaming at you like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, what am I doing? I'm so dumb. I can't believe this is happening. And I've been there. I've been there a couple weeks ago. I was down multiple tens of thousands of dollars, and it sucks. But somehow, right, I ended the day green, and that's where kind of like some of the bad habits were built up over time, and sometimes they'll try to revenge trade back, and that's really what you don't want to do. Okay, you want to stick to your plan, stick to what you need to do, take 1-2 losses for the day, get off, right? Stick to like the plan. That's like the whole thing about it. But really what I want to talk about today is how to overcome and how to really survive those losing streaks without really, I guess, freaking out and letting them destroy you and messing everything up. And honestly, if you don't handle that situation right, it's easy to lose like way more money. It's easy to crash out. It's easy to just completely screw up your trading, screw up a week, screw up, 6 months of profits in like one day, right? And, yeah, I gotta say, of course, losing streaks, they're not personal, okay? They're not a judgment of your skill or intelligence. They're just a part of the game, right? Even the most profitable traders I know, even myself, we lose trades in a row. That's part of the fucking game. It fucking sucks. But the moment you start taking those losses personally, you start revenge trading. You start chasing those trades. That's when accounts start to blow up. I know because I've been there. Like I said, it sucks. But you got to start seeing those losing streaks for what they are, right? They're temporary. They're expected. They're part of the journey. They're part of the grind, okay? And one thing that has helped me tremendously is reminding myself, I control how I respond. At the end of the day, I click the buttons. I do what I do on the charts. It's all up to me. It's not the market. It's not it's not JP Morgan. It's not Powell. It's none of that shit, okay? Losing streaks are not my enemy, all right? Panicking and the tilting aspect of trading is the enemy, okay? And your reaction is what matters more than the loss itself, right? You need to put rules and systems in place, okay? And you've got to have them. You've got to trust them, all right? And, for me personally, that's risking relative small amounts relative to my account size, right? I'll risk anywhere from like 0.3, 0.5%, sometimes 1%, depending on the setup, right? I only trade pre-planned setups. I'll have my stop and my take profit before I even enter the trade. I know exactly what I'm risking, and I know exactly what I'm making on that trade before I even enter. There's no guessing. There's no, oh, I need to win this one, or, I need to pass this funded account, or I need one more day. Like, you can't be thinking like that, all right? You got to have all that before you click the button, okay? Even on days when I'm down, I still follow my rules. I follow my system. I know I can't completely destroy my account, and that's a huge mental relief for myself. I can lose a few trades in a row. I could step back, and I know I haven't broken anything, right? And that's the beauty of following your rules and sticking to your strategy. I've had days where I've lost multiple thousands, like I told you. I'm sitting there, my heart's racing. I'm just breathing. I'm like, I didn't revenge trade. I didn't force it. I waited, and the next day, the next setup came, and I made some money back, and I kept going, and next thing you know, I was back in the green, right? And, I recovered, and that's really discipline in action. So, let's talk about the actual recovery aspect, right? Losing streaks, they're not just financial, they're mental, right? So I focus on clearing my head between those trades, right? I step away for a few minutes, I'll walk around, I'll get some water, I'll breathe, I may go to the gym, right? I'll do some things just to get my head off the market, okay? And, it sounds simple, but it's really where most traders fail. They'll stare at their P&L. They'll hope, oh, I need to do this. I need to make this back. Like it's life or death or something, right? The market doesn't give a shit about your ego. You survive the markets. You survive keeping your accounts alive by staying calm, okay? And, I've been down a lot of money, like I told you before, and I could have freaked out. I could have tilted. I could have done so many things to really jeopardize my account and jeopardize my trading and my progress. But I reminded myself that my plan is solid. I trust my edge. And at the end of the day, the same plan turned into a green day eventually, and a green week, green month, green year, right? That's why preparation and the mental discipline of it all is so important, and way more important than trying to force a win, okay? So, it's, I see those losing streaks as a lesson, right? A lesson from God, life, the universe, whatever you believe in. Use them as a way to test your patience and discipline. Okay, it's not fun. It sucks, but it shows you where your mind is weak, where you need to improve in, where maybe you need some more discipline. You need to ask yourself, can you handle the pressure? Can you trust your edge enough, even when things look completely terrible, right? And you got to follow your plan, even when it feels like everything is going against you, okay? And that perspective, in my opinion, changes everything. And you start to see those losing streaks as not as failures, but as growth and new opportunities for yourself. And when you adopt that mindset, those green days start to feel natural instead of like miraculous. So, oh my God, I got so lucky, right? And, for me personally, what I would recommend you guys to do to kind of help yourself with that, track your risk per trade, do all that stuff. Take mental breaks, right? Focus on the actual progress, focus on the journey over profits, okay? And of course, journal your trades. Those 4 things probably help me out tremendously. And even if you're down multiple trades in a row, or whatever the case may be, those simple habits will keep your head in the game. But the bottom line of this all, losing streaks fucking suck, right? They really suck. They're scary. They're frustrating. They mess with your head. They do all these things. But if you handle them correctly, they will not destroy you. They will actually make you stronger. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but really that's how it is. And remember, the market's not personal. It's not going against you. Your plan is really, at the end of the day, stronger than your fear, and your discipline as a trader is what is going to separate you from the good traders and the lucky ones, right? The ones that gamble. So drop a comment if you have been on the crazy losing streak. I know everyone probably has. Let's share some stories and learn from each other. And if you're struggling right now as a day trader, just stay calm, trust the process, and realize you're going to get there eventually, bro. Don't quit. Don't ever be a quitter. Just focus on the process, keep grinding, trust your strategy. You fucking got this. I promise you're going to make it eventually. If you want to watch me live trade every single day, Tuesday through Thursday usually, make sure to go and join the link in the description. I also have a link in my profile on YouTube, also on Instagram and TikTok. But yeah, I also do pre-market buys calls on Monday and Friday, and I kind of give you my idea of what I think what's going to happen in the market. But yeah, make sure to join that, and that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, drop a comment, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.